done side 1, side 2 they'd done 15 minutes, and the producer said, we need another song, we don't have another one. Well, we'll need to do a cover. Would you like to do a cover? So they weren't too keen on the idea of a cover, so they went out to the pub for half an hour. Tony Iommi came up with the riff, which subsequently became Paranoid.
Really?
He came back in and Tony played it, and the producer, can't remember who the producer was, and said, hey, that's quite catchy, let's try and get a lyric for that. And they wrote that, and they wrote Paranoid in about 10 minutes and stuck it on just as a filler to fill up the album.
So that's the way it goes a lot of the time.
Doesn't when you're recording a Def Leppard album.
Well, actually, the last one we done was Pour Some Sugar On Me. We'd actually done the whole album, and Mutt said, I think we're one short, like and we actually done that song in about 10 days, which was really quick considering the rest of the album was like 3 years. So yeah, that was the last little bit. It was the Pour Some Sugar On Me. Same deal, really.
Same idea.
Yeah.
Well, and same with Turn It Up. Same thing as well, isn't it? It was
Yeah.
like the last song we did.
Actually,
yeah.
yeah.
Just goes to show.
You
It's
always-
a recipe, isn't it?
Always need
Last
another
minute.
song, yeah. Always need that last song.
When you're not thinking about it, when
Yeah.
there's no like pressure or stress or anything, you go fuck, and it just comes out naturally. That's the really cool thing about it. You're not like it's not. It's got more integrity because it's a natural. It just flows. You know, it's great.
That Sparkle Lounge album, that was the best one you've done for years. That's a great album. Every song in that's a cracking song. And
Cheers.
it was nice to get back to you know,
a rock album. You know?
yes, it's just a damn good album. Damn good listen, beginning to end.
Cheers.
I like that. Right, let me do what I was going to do there. I was going to put this on this one. So we'll take out one. That's what I was going to do.
It's amazing, even if you don't like Black Sabbath, the influence. All right.
Hey!
Hello, hello.
Yeah, on everything. Just like Metallica, just all these metal bands, everything.
I'm just going to let you hear my favourite little jingle here. We like to have a laugh on the station. You know, not only play good music, but some of the little jingles and things are quite.
I can't be bothered saying 96.3 rock radio here, so I won't. I did.
There's a little jingle that goes in between songs. And here's another one.
The Beard of Doom. Only seen on Tom Russell. 96.3 rock radio.
We've got dozens of these little things. In fact, I've got one that you did for me down in London when we were doing the songs for a Sparkle Lounge interview.
Okay, right, yeah,
You did one for me. I'll let you hear it in a minute.
What area did you go to? Just the Glasgow area?
Yes, Glasgow in the west, this one.
Yeah.
And Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. Bringing back some memories, some classic memories from a long, long time ago. Black Sabbath with Black Sabbath on 96.3 Rock Radio. Joining us live in the studio, we've got him a cup of tea, Phil Collin of Def Leppard and Man Raze, Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols and Man Raze, and the third member of Man Raze, Simon Laffey, originally in Girl. Hi guys.
Hey Tom, how's it going?
Alright, thank you for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
Got to ask you first of all, last night you were on at the Armadillo, you were opening up for Alice Cooper. How did it go?
It was great. I mean, once you're in the building, it was great. It was awful, as if anyone from Glasgow know last night. It's like gale-force winds and pouring with rain and everything. But we had a great time. The audience was receptive, and it was cool. It was actually really cool.
Did the audience know many of the songs, or was it an introduction basically to Man Raze?
One guy knew all the words. I think the guy standing up at the front. It was yeah. I think a couple of people knew the songs. The other people were just like curious, but it was great. You know, they gave us respect and everything, so it was cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Paul, perhaps you can tell us the concept of Man Raze. Why?
Well, why? Because we can, basically, you know. Phil and Simon originally started the band as a kind of side project to do stuff that Phil couldn't do in the Def Leppard setup, I guess, you know. And they were looking for a drummer for a little while, and they were looking for me. Funny
Actually,
enough.
specifically Paul.
Yeah.
It wasn't anyone else. It was like,
Yeah, they said the story goes they were looking for me, and Phil almost run me over. Funny enough, he was driving down Fulham in London, and I walked across the road, and it was a bit of a shock. He goes, "Hey, I'm looking for you." I said, "Oh, really? Yeah, what for?" He goes, "Oh, I've got this thing I'm doing. Check it out. Give me a call and give me the CD and stuff." And I had to listen to it, and it kind of went from there. Really, it was just one of those freaky things that happened, you know. And I got involved like that, listened to the stuff they were doing, and dug it. You know, thought, yeah, I could get into this, and it kind of worked from there. Really, and we've been building it up from there.
I've got to ask you, Phil. Simon, I'm not ignoring you. You're sitting over in the corner there. I've got to ask you, Phil. The stuff that you've done in Def Leppard for all these years, people might be surprised at the fact that you were looking for the Sex Pistols drummer to join you in your other project.
not really. Actually, and I've told Paul this before. Actually, like a few years ago. Actually, we'd always reference that, you know, even with Mutt Lang when we'd be recording it, it'd be like, you know, that cookie snare drum, like the way Paul hits the drums, it's like really unique. I mean, when we first started playing, I was like, what? It's not often you can actually go, you hear something, you know who the drummer is, but there's just a sound and the way he hits stuff is very uniquely Paul, you know. It just, the cymbal, he has the same cymbal he used to have, you know, on the Pistols album and everything. And it's a sound.
It's still got that old cymbal, yeah, still there, yeah.
and it's great, and that was the thing. So, you know, and I'd always been a huge fan of the Pistols, and just like the energy and just what it was. You know, it was. If anyone forgets, it actually changed everything. Changed music, fashion, politics, everything that was actually happening in Britain at the time. It just completely changed it, and just the aggression. You know, it was actually a real voice. So, you know, to have that as part of your driving force, you know, musically and the sound, it was really amazingly unique. So that, yeah, it was pretty obvious in my books, actually.
You mentioned Mutt Lang, who of course produced many of the fantastic Def Leppard albums, and strangely yesterday we had a request yesterday afternoon on this show, and we played it. I don't know if you'll remember the song Stevie Langer. With Remember My Name, which was Mutt's wife, of course.
Yeah, Mutt's wife at the time. Actually, Stevie sang on some backing vocals on When Love and Hate Collide.
Really?
You know? Yeah, that's her doing all the, among other stuff. I mean, she just had this amazing voice. Yeah, Stevie. She's yeah, I don't know what she's up to right now, but yeah, we definitely got a history with Stevie.
Remember My Name. Don't know if you remember that one, Simon.
I don't know.
No.
Sorry.
You, of course, were Phil's compatriot in the band Girl way back. Your memories of these days?
Well, I mean, we had a fun time. We were young, we were kind of wild, a little bit over-enthusiastic, but we had a great time. Looking back, we have no regrets, and we've always remained firm friends over the years, so it was really easy to slot back into doing music with Phil. It was a real pleasure as well.
Well, let's hear how it sounds. This is one of the singles from the album, the Surreal album. This is Man Raze on Rock Radio with Turn It Up. There you are. The second track.
Faster, isn't it? Wow, I can't believe we're actually doing it slower live.